Hello and welcome to today's live broadcast. It is Monday. Today we are getting together for our live community chat. And today I want to talk about losing the quarantine 15 and how we can end the cycle of yo-yoing. And yo-yoing with diets or yo-yoing with fasting, or what I like to call situational weight gain and loss. So we're going to talk about all of that today. As always, I ask that if you're joining us on YouTube, you take a second to hit that subscribe button and hit that little bell notification so that when we do go live, you will be notified that we are going live. And for those of you on Facebook, if you don't mind hitting that like button and then set yourself up for all default notifications, that way you'll be notified as well. And as always, if you're on my email list, I always shoot out an email letting you guys know we are going live and the topic of conversation. So all of those ways are the best way to stay informed of what we have going on here today. For those of you who are new, my name is Diane. I'm the creator of the online course and community, Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman. And on Mondays and Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, we come together live to have an open dialogue type of discussion where you bring some of the things that you're struggling with and I share some topics that I feel might help you get through some of those struggles. So today we are going to talk about the quarantine 15. I know a lot of us struggle with stress and change and feeling out of our normal routine of things, and oftentimes food is the thing that we turn to ease the stress, or just maybe even just preoccupy us mentally and emotionally. And that is oftentimes what happens during times like what we've all just been through, and being, uncertain of what lies ahead and being scared about what is in the present and feeling a little bit out of control of what it is we can do for ourselves. And I've heard a lot of feedback about the fact that there have been a lot of women gaining weight during this time. So I called it the quarantine 15 just because it rhymed. And 15 pounds does seem to be the amount of weight that we often put on when we're in these situations. So I know for us, we have been in quarantine since March the 17th, and we have no sense of urgency to get out of quarantine. We are pretty much going to stay in lockdown until we know what's going to be happening as far as the virus goes. And I know a lot of you are in that same situation. But what I also want to talk about is, what are we going to do if for some reason during flu season and virus upkick season during the winter months we get quarantined again? Or what are we going to do, or what is our plan for this season? Because guess what? The holidays are just around the corner. And what are we going to do this season to make sure that we don't end up with a quarantine 15 and a quarantine 30 and a possible holiday stack on of about 45 pounds? It is very realistic to think that that could happen if we don't have a plan of attack. So I do see a lot, even here in this community, with some of my own graduates, when our mindset is set around situational weight gain and weight loss, we really do cheat ourselves out of the opportunity of creating a lifestyle that can yield us results forever. And when we end up entering into these situations with a yo-yo type of mindset, meaning I'm going to do XYZ for a set period of time, and then when I achieve my goal, I'm going to yo-yo my way back to what I did before, and then we feel frustrated and disappointed because what you do will yield you the result. If you're living in intermittent fasting in a keto-like lifestyle and you've done the mindset work on that, then you will be able to sustain the results that you achieved. If you go into this intermittent fasting and keto-like lifestyle with a short-term outlook or a short-term mindset, meaning I'm only going to do this for X amount of time, and then when I receive or achieve my results, I'm going to go back to what I was doing before, and I'm not going to have to fast anymore. The truth is, when you go back to your old ways, you will assume your old self. Meaning, if you lost 10 pounds intermittent fasting and changing some nutritional choices that you were making, and you go back to doing things the way you were, you will gain everything back, and usually more, because we're disappointed in ourselves because we let ourselves down, and check, we've done it again. We couldn't stick to something. This is where ending this yo-yo type of approach to things and really working on our mindset can free you of that situational weight gain and weight loss. So Let's think about everything that's going on in our life today and what we can do with choices that we're making about taking care of ourselves, irregardless of what's going on outside around us. If we put ourselves first and we think about how it is we as women want to look and feel every day about ourselves, and we use that mindset to make choices about what we're going to do, whether it's in our fasted state or our feasted state, or even what we're going to be doing with our fitness, or even maybe some social obligations, if we put what we want first, that is the first step to ending this yo-yo cycling. Oftentimes as women, we sink ourselves into things that are out of our control, and food and or drink oftentimes is the thing that helps us escape from that little inward sink. We need to make sure that we are pulling our shoulders back and we're taking up space, and that we are really thinking about how it is we need to show up for ourselves. When we start thinking about those approaches to how we're nourishing ourselves, or what we're doing to maintain a certain chemical balance in our body so that we stay healthy, then we can pause and ask ourselves very simple questions. How long am I going to fast today, and how well will I feast? Because the answer that you give yourself to those two very simple daily questions are going to determine how you show up for yourself and how you feel about how you look and how you feel going about your day. And when you are pausing and asking yourself those two very simple questions, how long will I fast today, and how well will I feast today, so that I can show up as my best self, that is when we really fall into living our most authentic life, because we are going to be able to bring our full self to any situation, and we're not going to be feeling bad about what we did during a short-term situation and how we're going to come out the other side of that. We really have to start thinking about this going into these next few months, because there are a lot of uncertainties about what's going to happen when we start entering into this next flu season. And are we going to have to hunker down again? And how are we going to prepare ourselves for that? And then right on the heels of that, we're going to go into those situational holiday type of situations. And for a lot of us, it's going to be different this year. And how are we going to handle that stress? Or maybe that emotional disappointment when we can't be around our loved ones because it's just not safe. And are we going to sink into sabotaging ourselves with food, or maybe sabotaging ourselves with drink because we feel out of control? The best way to get back into control and stop the situational weight gain, and stop this yo-yo dieting, and stop this yo-yo fasting, is when we create the mindset that we are creating a lifestyle for ourselves, and we're not looking for a quick fix, short-term approach to putting ourselves first and making ourselves our biggest priority. We have to make sure that we are making conscious decisions, knowing that the end result is going to determine how we see ourselves and how we feel about how we're showing up for ourselves every single day. So the best way I know how to do this, and what has really worked for me and for a lot of the women who have gone through this community with us over the past several years, is to create a sustainable lifestyle for yourself, knowing that what you do to yield the result has to be sustained in order for that result to be sustained. For a lot of you who are feeling like you're falling off the fasting bandwagon, or that you feel like you're constantly throwing in the towel, I'm gonna have to just be as honest as I can with you and just let you know that you haven't created a lifestyle for yourself yet. You haven't done that internal work on you yet, so that you can determine how it is you want to show up for yourself. And that you have to really make sure that you're leading with the decisions that you're making, not based on a one-time food type of fulfillment situation, and really looking at the long-term effects of those decisions that you're making, and how you're going to be able to show up for yourself tomorrow and the next day and the next day, and really changing that mindset from the things that you did that didn't serve you in the past, and how you can change that into decisions that you will make so that you can show up for yourself in the future. And that is really how we end this situational weight gain. Being in quarantine, and a lot of things that are going on with viruses, and a lot of things that are going outside of the scope of who we are and how we show up, really should not be determining the decisions that we make to care for ourselves. We have to be able to separate the two and know that how we care for ourselves is based on how it is we want to show up. I know for a lot of you it's a struggle. I understand that because I used to struggle with that myself. So I understand. But I have to be honest with you as a person who shows up and has conversations with you, as your girlfriend, as your coach, however it is you see me showing up for you, that you have to be the one that says enough is enough, and you have to end that cycle. We know it doesn't serve us because we've been through that cycle on more than one occasion. And we know that there are some cycles that are going to come up for us in the future that if we don't catch it before they get here, we're going to fall victim to them again. We don't want to be living in that victim type of mentality. We want to be empowered in how it is we show up for the seasons of life that we have available to us. So what is your game plan for this next season of possible quarantine situations? What is your game plan for approaching this next holiday season? If you don't have a game plan yet, I promise you it's going to catch you off guard, and you're going to have another season that you're going to exit out of being disappointed in yourself because you did it again, and it's going to be that much harder for you to rebound off of it. We want to end the rebound. We want to head it off before it starts. How do you do that? Implement a lifestyle that is authentic to you and that you can live out loud every single day. For me, it's intermittent fasting. For me, it's choosing foods that allow me the opportunity to look and feel my best. For me, it's showing up and training smart so that I can show up physically and functionally throughout my day. And when I do those things consistently over time, then I prove to myself that I no longer am a victim of situational weight gain, and then I have to create a situation where I lose it. And we want to be able to end that. You have to do the work. It is not easy. It is not a quick fix approach. It is not something that you can buy in a box that is cookie cuttered out for everyone to be able to find success with. It is individual to you as a woman, and it is individual to you in the life that you want to live for yourself and some of the things that you have gone through in your past. You have to do the work, and you have to do some soul searching. For those of you who are in my midlife mindset shift course, I know you understand what I'm saying and that you are probably nodding your head because you are doing the work. For those of you in this community who maybe have taken my intermittent fasting for today's aging woman course in the past and you still feel like you're falling victim to this, or you're going through these situational weight gains and losses and you haven't created that lifestyle mindset yet, I highly recommend that you jump in with us into our midlife mindset shift course. We are launching it again in July. It is a 6-month program, so I've got your back through this next season of uncertainty as well as through the holidays, and we will be setting ourselves up to set goals for 2021 as well. So 6 months of us working together as a team to make sure you break this cycle of situational weight loss and weight gain and this yo-yoing that a lot of us have fallen victim to. For those of you who are interested in joining our intermittent fasting course, you know we're going to jump back into that in August, so just make sure you get on our wait list. We'll take you through that first step and get this foundation set up for you, and then we will have you have an opportunity to join us for the mindset shift, of course. It is about how you think about taking care of yourself that makes all the difference in the world. And I know for a lot of us, we tend to numb ourselves out of that thinking process, and then we end up in situations where we don't have the opportunity to make the choices that we know we deserve to make for ourselves. So we have to end all that. If you're suffering right now from the quarantine 15, as I know a lot of people have been complaining about, you just have to make the decision today that enough is enough and that you're not going to let yourself continue on the cycle that you're on. And you have to make a hard break. You have to go in cold turkey, and you have to decide in this moment that you deserve better, and then start doing the work to make sure that you can implement those changes. And then you have to commit to this lifestyle. It is not a diet. It is not a quick fix. It is a lifetime of making conscious decisions so that you can show up as the best version of you. And I'm telling you, because I know a lot of you have been joining us for years here, you are worth it and you deserve it. You deserve to put your time and energy in other places than just going back over the same 15 pounds that you've gained and lost over a lifetime. It is time to end it for sure, so that we can live the second half of our life aging successfully and being able to take advantage of all the amazing opportunities that has to offer us. So no more quarantine 15. It doesn't matter what happens over the next 6 months. We are in control of the outcome because we are deciding that we are worth it, and we are going to start doing that today. If you're on my email list and you are a graduate, keep an eye out on your inbox. I will be sending out emails for registration probably starting on Wednesday. So make sure that you are definitely in receipt of that. If for some reason you don't get an email from me by the end of this week, please email me and I'll make sure that I forward you all the information to get us in class. It is an amazing opportunity for us to work on a lot of this hard work that oftentimes fasting opportunities don't look into, right? When we think about intermittent fasting, we think about just getting into a fasted state. And for us to be able to really stick with this for the rest of our life, we have to do the mindset work as well. And so that's the next level that we're going to take you through in that mindset shift course. And for those of you who are new to this, you got to get into that intermittent fasting course because that's where you start to do the work on yourself for sure. So don't fret if you've gone through this first phase of quarantine and you're a little bit disappointed about the outcome of it. That's okay. You have to recognize the disappointment, own the disappointment, make a decision that you don't want to stay in disappointment, and then you create the changes to get yourself out of it. And you just keep repeating that process until it sticks with you so that you don't have to go through this again. We don't want anyone in this community coming to us in January disappointed in what happened over this winter season for us here on this side of the world, and for my girls on the other side of the world, what you're going to go through in the summer season and what we're going to go through in the holidays. We do not have to suffer that anymore because we know there's a better way. All you have to do is exercise the better way, and I'm here to help you get through that for sure. Let me see if we have any comments or questions. If you are struggling with a quarantine 15, please let me know in the comment section. I will make sure that I recognize you and offer you some support today. If you're in my midlife mindset shift course and you haven't suffered the quarantine 15 because of the work we've been doing in there, I want to hear from you and give you a big shout out as well. Sherry Girl is in our June 2020 course, and she has had some amazing aha moments inside of our intermittent fasting course. Sherry, I'm super, super proud of you, and so proud of you that you have been patient and that you have gone through the process and have recognized and realized that it's worth doing the work to create the change. So I'm really excited for you and what you have going on moving forward. Teresa is a 2020 grad and one of our stars in our midlife mindset shift course. Janet Craig, good afternoon, girlfriend. She's a graduate of our course from 2017. Nancy, I need this talk. I'm in the course now. Good for you, girlfriend. Remember, it's not a 3-week course, right? It's a 3-week opportunity for you to create a foundation to move forward through your life. So don't think about this as soon as you get to day 21, you're done. When you get to day 21, you got to carry that through to day 22 and 23 and 24 and so on. And you just rinse and repeat everything that I've taught you in class. And then Nancy, if you're ready to jump in with us for the Mindset Shift course, I highly recommend it coming off the heels of the intermittent fasting course because we just move right into the next phase for sure. Kylie, March 2020 grad from Kansas City. Janet, 3 years later, still fasting, and yes, it is a lifestyle. I must admit food choices during the quarantine have been a little more lax. Pulling in the reins, the scale has crept up 2 pounds over my 5-pound limit, not wanting to let it go any further. Yeah, good for you, girlfriend. And it's okay to have a little bit of those limits. I always say, I always like to live between a 10-pound plus or minus. And when you start creeping over that 5 and into that next 5, which is going to get you to 10, all you need to do is stop and pause and go, okay, what have I been doing that's getting me to this point, and how can I pull back in certain areas to just readjust? It doesn't necessarily have to mean that you're doing anything bad. It doesn't mean that you have to diet. It just means you pull back to what you know serves you in a better place. And that's all we have to do. We don't have any time to sit around in a pity party or in a little self-sabotage or any of those things. You just go back and make informed decisions, and then you put yourself in a place where you were when you weren't gaining that. So Janet, I know you're going to do that work, and girlfriend, it's going to go away just like this for sure. The Mindset Shift course starts again July 6th or 7th. So registration will be over the next week or so. Janet, I'll make sure that you get an email for sure on that. And then Rena, I'm on the August waiting list. I have COVID have COVID-19 to lose. Yeah, girlfriend, you'll be in with us in August, and we'll get you straight away. No worries on that one. And then just hang out with us on Mondays and Wednesdays, and check into my YouTube channel, my Facebook group. I have lots of support information for you as well until we get into the August course. And then Nicole, June 2018. Good to have you with us, girlfriend. Kelly, when is the next intermittent fasting course? Kelly, the next intermittent fasting course starts on August the 1st. And so make sure you get on our wait list, and I'll make sure that you guys get emails. We usually open registration about a couple weeks before the course starts, so you can just get registered and get make that commitment that you're going to be joining us. So about mid-July, I'll start sending emails out to all of you for our August class for sure. And then Ashley, I'm on the wait list for August. Awesome. And then Janet, thank you. You're welcome, girlfriend. And if you don't get an email from me by Friday, email me. That might just be something with how emails are, with everything that's going on with all the email marketing that's going on these days with COVID and all that, that a lot of emails are ending up in promotion folders and junk folders. Don't get something from me by Friday, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'll make sure that I force one to you for sure. Over on YouTube, we have Sue. She's in our June 2020 course. You guys are in your 3rd week. We're talking a lot about the social and emotional aspects of incorporating an intermittent fasting lifestyle and how you navigate that around the world. So hopefully you guys are enjoying all that information. Mas Borneo, hello from Carrollton, class of November 2020. It's good to have you with us, girlfriend. And then Jilly, I gained 5 pounds. For the amount I have been eating, it could have been worse, but I've been doing 20-hour fasts. Yeah, so Jilly, those 20-hour fasts are just kind of helping you balance things out for sure. And as soon as you cut out a lot of those little extra mindless soothing kind of things, you'll adjust right back down. So the fasting part will keep you at that point where you won't go too overboard, and then you just cut out the extras and everything else will come right back off. So don't worry about that. Just get yourself back into those more mindful feasts for sure. And then Donna, hello, girlfriend. Environmental Coffee House. Okay, like the quarantine 19, yeah, for sure. And then Tammy, I need help with the quarantine 15. Please send me tips. Tammy, why don't you send me an email, and we'll see if we can set you up on something for sure. And then Holly, do you help with gut health with personal coaching? Thank you. I do personal coaching for sure. So you can go to fortoday'sagingwoman.com, and you'll see a little area there that what says coaching. Just click on that, and I have 3 different options that you can look for, and I will help you figure out whatever you have going on with what's going on with your gut health for sure. And then Lori, 2019 grad. I've been at it for a year. End of this month, since I took the course, best decision I've ever made in my life. Thank you so much, Lori. I appreciate that for sure. And just make sure you're always going back through that course material. And then if you feel like you're ready, jump in with us with the Midlife Mindset Shift course for sure. Try it again at 40. Lori, April 2019 grad. I haven't gained thanks to this lifestyle. Congratulations, girlfriend. I'm super proud of you. That means you've created a lifestyle for sure. And then Allison, I would love some help with the quarantine 15. So you have to, once you recognize that this quarantine situation is causing you to enter into a place that you're not happy about, you have to just recognize what actions you are partaking in that are getting you to that place, and then you stop those things, right? So for a lot of us, it's just mindless, boredom, soothing type of extra consumption of things. And when you end that, what you'll feel is an adjustment back. And so you just have to make the decision that if you're not happy with the quarantine 15, you stop doing what you are doing to put it on, and your body will adjust back. Log in some fasting times, up your water intake, and just do the work about why it is you do those things when you're bored or feeling stressed out or feeling out of control of some things, and then you just put a stop to it. And that's just about creating habits, and we call it habit triggering in our Midlife Mindset Shift course, and creating those statements to yourself that you deserve more for yourself than what you have when you put on that weight for no reason. And then you just rinse and repeat all those philosophies for sure. Out of September 2018 grad, I fast 18/6. So if you are putting on the quarantine 15, it's not what you're doing in your fasting window, it's what you're doing in your feasting window. And you have to just recognize what you're doing that's extra and eliminate it. Extra in your feasting window creates extra on your body. And so if you don't like the extra on your body, you eliminate the extra from your feasting window. It is really that simple. I think sometimes we overcomplicate it because we think we have to be in a certain calorie range, or we have to have a certain macro count, or are we eating nutrient dense enough food? It doesn't matter. If you're consuming things that are extra above and beyond what you need for sustenance, you're gonna have the extra weight. So just eliminate those things that are extra for sure. And then I think that's it, right? And Allison, go back to your course. Go back through your course information or jump in with us in the Midlife Mindset Shift course. We work on breaking all of these cycles, and we really work on our mindset and figuring out, we're doing it this week, as a matter of fact, in our Midlife Mindset Shift course. We're working on our GKI. We're working on what happens to our body chemistry when we make a certain food decision, and are we happy with that end result? And if you're not happy with that end result, then you have to put that food on notice, right? And if you consume a certain food and you notice that it doesn't create anything negative for yourself, irregardless of what anybody else thinks about that food, if it doesn't create something negative for you, then that's your go-to food, or that's the food that you keep in. And we really do a lot of work on that, so we don't keep punishing ourselves and denying ourselves based on other people's opinion of what food is. We define that for ourselves. So it's a really great class for sure. Donna, what can I get out of your class when I take it that I cannot get out of the internet, in your internet videos? That's for you to decide. We have a community, we have support. I coach you one-on-one with questions that you have. If you feel like you're successful with what you're doing with your intermittent fasting and what you're doing in your feasting window, then you've done the work. I don't know if I can help you in my class at all. If you feel like you're still yo-yoing, if you're still creating negative mindsets, if you're still self-sabotaging, if you're not understanding what it is that you're doing in your fasting and your feasting, then the class might be for you. But what you get out of the course is what you bring to the course, and that's something that's going to be dependent on you for sure, and the mindset you come in with. I know this is common sense and it's that simple. I just need to do it. Yep, Allison, you've made the commitment right now. You just need to do it. So start today. Start right now. When we get off this live, create a plan for yourself. You got to write it out on pen and paper, and then you make the commitment to yourself that you deserve it and you stick to it. It is that simple for sure. Valerie, November 2019 grad, no weight gain, current midlife mindset class. Join us. This works, and Diane is a fantastic coach. My girl, Valerie's always there for me. Thank you so much. I appreciate your feedback, and Valerie, you have done some amazing work for sure. So congratulations to you. Robin, catching you now from Chicago. Will need to watch the rebroadcast. My weight has stalled since working at home. Can't seem to figure it out. Fast and feast 16-8, taking out nuts again. Robin, you know that 16 hours of fasting isn't going to cut it for you, girlfriend. You got to get back up to that 20 hours for sure, especially if you're at home. Like, why are you not fasting for 20 hours? There's no need for you to be feasting, breaking your fast at that 16-hour mark if you're not happy with where you are. So pump those hours back up to 20 and you'll balance back out. I'm still working out, not the same as going to the gym. I really miss the spin class for the high and the cardio. Yeah, you need to get back to 20 hours for sure. And then Darlene, class is worth it, February 2019 grad. Okay, so there you go, Donna. Everybody who's a grad says it's worth it, and I know there's a lot of women who were questioning whether to join the Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course because they thought they had it all and reached the best that they could, and then they end up jumping into the course and realize that there is another level to get to for sure. So Donna, I would encourage you to jump in with us. You're going to learn something, and you're gonna figure something out that maybe you haven't figured out yet, unless, like I said, everything's perfect for you, and then you're probably fine. Let's see, Debbie, you are welcome, girlfriend. Thanks for joining us. Sherry, girl, no more Triscuits. I know, girl, that was probably a tough one for you, but you made that decision. You made that call for yourself, realizing that maybe they weren't serving you based on what it is you said you wanted to achieve. So I'm proud of you on that one. Debbie, I'm in the current class and wish I had started this at the beginning of the COVID crisis. Loving the feeling of one meal a day. Yeah, for sure, Debbie. And hey, like, no regrets, girlfriend. You're in now, and now you know forever, regardless of what happens in the future, you have the tools, the experience, and the community to stay committed for sure. And if you're ready to jump in with us for the next level, I definitely recommend doing that. And you'll be a graduate here in a week, so you'll be able to do that for sure. And then Heather, the feasting week was important info, and I have been fasting for 2 years. Yeah, for sure. You know, a lot of times we don't understand what it is we're doing in our feasting window and how that really can be that thing that's holding us back, and it's just because we don't think about food in that way. So when you start approaching food in that very personal decision-making way for you, that's when everything really does start to change. So Heather, I'm so glad that you had that aha moment and that you figured that aspect of week 2 out for sure. Yvonne, love your classes, August 2017 grad. Love the community support, knowledge, and direction and guidance. Thank you so much for saying that, Yvonne. I always love having you around as well. My 2017 grads, they are proof that once you create a lifestyle for yourself, that you are in it to win it. So ending that diet type, yo-yo situational type of weight loss and weight gain is really the approach to living this lifestyle with sustainability moving forward. And you know, there is situational weight loss too that we often put ourselves to, and those are usually those panic type, desperation, I'll do anything to lose this weight, not considering the circumstances that we're putting ourselves into, or maybe even some of the risks that we put ourselves into. So that is just as troublesome for us as the situational weight gain, right? We desperately will do whatever it takes to lose that weight, and we don't want to be in that situation either. It takes time, and it takes commitment, and it takes understanding your body to be able to end the cycle, whether it's the weight gain cycle or the weight loss cycle. It has to end because we do really deserve to have more for ourselves. Okay, cool. I think that's it, right, Michael? We got everybody?
A few more on Facebook.
Janet, your course was the best gift I ever gave myself. Oh, and Janet, I got to tell you, you are the best gift to us as well. So we feel the same way. It has been such an absolute joy watching you create an amazing life for yourself. Especially with all the things that you had going on at the time. You just decided that you deserved more, and that you deserved happy, and that you deserved to create a lifestyle that you were proud of living. And so I'm so honored to have been witness to all the work that you've put in for yourself. So thank you for being committed and for staying the course and being lives. Donna, I am signed up for the August class and looking forward to it. Awesome, girlfriend. We can't wait to get you guys in the August class for sure. Okay, so I'll see you guys back here on Wednesday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll talk about something else that's going on in our community of aging women and how it is we can really make the decision today to create change for ourselves, if that is really what we feel like we want to have for ourselves. I think we're going to take a break in July. I have some things I need to work on, so I'll keep you guys posted on what we're going to be doing with our live discussions in July. But right now it looks like we might be taking a couple of weeks off from coming here live to talk to you guys. I know it's heartbreaking. It's going to be sad for me too, but there's just some things I need to commit to, and the only way to get that done is if I take a break. So I will make sure that you all have an opportunity to get on our wait list for our August class, and this week I'm going to be working hard to make sure all of our graduates have an opportunity to join us for the Midlife Mindset Shift course, which starts July 7th, I believe it is. So we'll make sure that registration gets up so that you guys can join us. And like I said, we will be together for the next 6 months. So we will get through all the situations coming at us over the next 6 months, and we'll be working on getting through the next few months as far as getting our goals set up, and then we are gonna sit together at the end of the year and really work on making sure that we have some pretty sustainable goals to get after in 2021 as well. So I'm super excited to be able to have an opportunity to hang out with you guys in there as well. So I'll see you guys on Wednesday, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Keep an eye on all your inboxes. We will be emailing you shortly, and if for any reason you feel like maybe you're not getting my emails, you know you guys can reach me at dianeparhamfitness@gmail.com. I will make sure that I get you anything that you're looking for. Thanks for taking the time to spend with me today. Don't worry, if you feel like you've gained that quarantine 15 and you're ready to let it go, all it takes is the decision that you're ready to let it go, and you just make different choices. I'll see you guys on Wednesday.